Okay.
So we think that the framers were being proactive when they came up with the compromise because then that means that most of the states would be happier. Like they found a way to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And the way was that they had the big states in the House of Representatives. They had the number of representatives based off their population.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
They did that for the House of Representatives, and for the Senate they had two representatives from each state for that.
Yeah, I think that was compromising
Yeah.
because then everyone was happy. Except
Yeah.
for some of the framers, they didn't really like that idea because they thought it wasn't fair, but still, it was kind of
Yeah.
compromising.
And they were also thinking win-win to make both of the big states and small states happy.
Yeah.
And have them work together. And nobody was really mad. But the big states were mad at the beginning because the first law was that they had two representatives from each state. But they ended up getting the big states happy.
Oh yeah, and so also they were putting first things first. When they were putting first things first, when they said that if the small states wanted to make a law, then it has to go through the Senate or and the representatives because then it wouldn't be a bad law and stuff. So they were kind of putting first things first.
Yeah.
So they didn't end up making a really bad law because they put it for the Senate and the representatives.
And also they were synergizing because the big states had one side and the small states had another. So they had to synergize together to make one, it's called the Great Compromise. So they made it, and then both of them are now
they're working
happy
together. Yeah, they're working together to make everyone happy. Well, at least semi-happy.
Yeah.
And they were when I said that when the small state wanted to make a law, it had to go through the representatives. They were also beginning with the end in mind and putting first things first too. Also, they were sharpening the saw by when they were looking for a way to make each side of the argument happy. So they were kind of sharpening the saw.
And they were letting each side share the idea to make that compromise. And they were seeking first to understand and to be understood because when the big states, they were mad, but they were listening. They were listening when they said they can only have two representatives to have the Senate. And then after they got what they wanted by having the representatives by population.
And they're also seeking first to understand and to be understood. They are doing that because the president has to veto it, check it over and stuff. So that it doesn't turn the president can take it away, and I think that was a good idea, and because then in case it's a bad law, then the president can take it away. So that's all of our
that's it. All right.
our habits. Bye.